The Great One's Future by ParadexTM 20 Tea Time. Rimuru Pav. I woke up on the next morning opening my eyes with a little yawn and then looking right into Ciel's red eyes. I can say you the first few times we slept together I always got jump scared of her red eyes looking straight into my eyes in the morning. "Good morning, Ciel," I said smiling and then stretched myself, a habit of mine from the human times. "Good morning, master," Ciel said, giving me a short kiss. I then patted her head for a while until I stood up from the bed and the clone Ciel had dissolved into nothingness. "So then if I remember correctly we have still a guest here," I said to myself as clothes appeared on my body. The black ones as always and the black-colored Shizu mask. "Should I call her into the throne room, master?" Ciel asked, and I agreed to, leaving my room heading towards my throne. As I sat down on my throne a maid entered. "My queen, the demon lord Seiya, has arrived," she said as she bowed. "Good, let her in," I ordered them, and then the gate-like door to my throne room opened. Announcing the queen of the sky, demon lord Seiya. One of the black castle guards shouted, and then Seiya entered the throne room on her own. I looked at her. "Where are your subordinates?" I asked her. She looked straight at me. I thought about them and decided it would be the best if we talk alone without them. Seiya answered, probably knowing if they pissed me off they would lose their heads. Wise decision. "So if I remember correctly you wanted to talk about Frey, right?" I asked her. "Yes, your majesty, that is correct," Seiya answered. "Good. Then let us talk about that in a better and more suited place. With something good to eat and a tea, shall we?" I said. Seiya Pav. After that we moved to a garden. I wouldn't expect something like this in the so-called Black Castle. As soon as we stepped into this garden I had a relieved feeling and a peaceful mind. It was indeed beautiful here. Several flowers blossomed here, even some that I have never seen before. Several small paths of gravel followed only one goal. A big tree with purple blossoms and the pavilion that was built under it. That tree is called Cherry Blossom. I am pretty sure it's the only one that exists in this world, Rimuru then said to me as we were following the gravel path. I could even see several maids that were working in this garden, such as watering the flowers or cutting the bushes. It sure is peaceful here. "I can tell that this place is filled with love," I said, amazed. "Era, what a lovely way to describe my personal garden," Rimuru said, and as we were now standing under the tree and in front of the pavilion I could see that there was sitting the woman from last time and standing behind her a maid. "Good morning, Rimuru, here to eat something," she said and then looked at me. "Seems like you brought someone with you. Anna, please prepare our meals and don't forget the tea." The maid bowed shortly, "Yes, my lady," and then left. We then all sat down on the round table. The woman decided to introduce herself. "My name is Shizu Izawa and one of Rimuru's wives. Some people also call me the fire goddess," Shizu said. "My name is Seiya. I am a demon lord, but please just call me Seiya, goddess," I said while bowing my head a little. After all, she is a goddess, I need to pay her respect, but when she is her wife, isn't Rimuru a god then too? Well, it would make sense. He knew of the paradies in heaven and he even said he built it himself. Wait, is it a he or a she? I am hella confused right now, I thought. "Good then, Seiya, what are you thinking about? Seems like you are troubled," Shizu said and then added, "Please just call me Shizu if we are under us. How dare I speak normally to a goddess? But is it a he or a she?" Somehow my thoughts slipped out my mouth and I could swear I would be dead for that, but peeved. Shizu needed to try holding down her laughter while Rimuru said nothing and just sighed. "Really, Rimuru, what did you do? Everyone I met so far that is close to you has trouble guessing your gender, even Cerberus, haha. You said nothing, did you?" Shizu said. Yee. I said nothing, and now, Rimuru said, rather annoyed by what Shizu said. "Somehow I feel out of place right now," I thought, looking at both of them talking just like a married couple. Alright, I am genderless, but I can be a man and woman when I want. I see myself as a man, but because of my face many see me as woman, and that's why officially I am a queen," Rimuru said to me. "Thank you for answering my question," I said, nervous. "Good thing that our breakfast came. Good timing, maid." After she summoned everything on the desk, suddenly Cerberus appeared and served us tea. I was so nervous that I sweated heavily. After all, Cerberus is serving me tea right now. "Who's Cerberus? What is with Minami and Vera?" Rimuru asked. "They are both still being taught by Miss Aubert, and so I decided to serve you tea today, my queen," Cerberus said. And you don't dare to ruin my queen's tea time, it is something sacred for her. Be grateful that you are here. I received a thought communication from Cerberus and nodded simply as answer. Shizu Pav. We then began to eat our breakfast and drink tea. This garden is really beautiful, I should thank Rimuru later for making it. Well, he can't do something against a wish from his wife, hehe. Anyways, Seiya seems to be just like Frey, maybe a bit green behind the ears, but she will be a great leader. Actual Frey and I were quite close, I said as I finished my meal sipping on the tea. Really? Can you tell me about her? Seiya said excited. Seems like she accepted to speak normal pretty fast, huh? Despite saying she can't speak like that to a goddess. Well, she was elegant and really good in controlling her magicules as well as magicule manipulation. That's one reason why we pretty close, we learned from each other. She was a former demon lord, quite strict to her subordinates, I said remembering her. Wait, are you little fire then? I've read much about you, Seiya said even more exited. I could feel Rimuru's smile through his mask as she mentioned that nickname and I sighed. Please don't mention that name, it's how Frey calls me all the time. Oh, I am sorry, Seiya said immediately and her excited behavior disappeared right away. Isn't it rude to eat with a mask on? Rimuru? I asked him smiling. Who, weren't you the one who did that kind of thing first? Without you I wouldn't even think that it is possible. He asn-word me. You know that it was because of Ifrit's suppression, I said pouting. Hi is okay, he said and then slowly put down the mask. Really, that playboy seems like I need to talk to Seal later. Beautiful. I could hear Seiya say this to herself in a low voice. Era, seems like you are still stealing the hearts of girls even in this era, dear, I said smiling. What are you talking about, Shizu? Seiya said embarrassed. You don't need to be all flustered, I can't even count his wives anymore. I'm not sure if you can call it a harem at all. He is just a nice loving all of us the same way and everyone knows it, I said and sighed. Rimuru was too scared to say anything and just took a few nervous sips from his tea, letting the two girls talk. Is that so? Well, I can understand that after all, who wouldn't like someone like him? Seiya said. Haha, you are just like Frey as she wanted to become his wife, I said. Now that I think about it, when are you asking the next one to come back? Shouldn't you tell them that your order is dismissed? I asked looking at Rimuru. What order? Seiya asked curious and got a death glare from Cerberus for interrupting Rimuru, which made her shut up immediately. I gave them an order that they are not allowed coming back to the cardinal world and need to look after their own universes and be the god there, Rimuru explained. Seiya Pav, so he gave a order like that. Wait, Rimuru Tempest. Now I know why that name feels so familiar. The Lord of Monsters and the ruler of Tempest, a city that had united all races in the world and achieved world peace before they then all left. I thought and was shocked that I recognized that name only now. It's not like I dismissed that order, and when we are talking about that, you can come out of Shizu's shadow now. Did you really thought I wouldn't notice? Rimuru suddenly said. Then suddenly something got out of the shadow. For a moment I was so scared as I only could see the aura of an real beast standing in front of me and I couldn't move a single finger until it concealed its aura completely. Master. It then suddenly said, shrinking on the size of a normal dog and behaving like one as it received headpats from Rimuru. Ranga, my boy, we haven't seen us a long time, Rimuru said smiling. I am sorry, but he was just visiting me in my universe as you asked me to come here, and you know how he is, Shizu said. It's alright. My boy, Rimuru said as he caressed the wolf's fur. This beats. It would be able to kill me in an instant. He had just a low aura, but you could see the true beast through it. Was it a warning? Seems like you have scared our guest Ranga, Rimuru said as the wolf let himself down lying on the ground like a cute dog. But it's a beast. Don't let yourself get fooled. You see, Ranga won't do anything without my orders, so be at ease, Rimuru added to calm me down, and I nodded. Well then, Rimuru, shouldn't we call Frey? Shizu asked smiling. I guess we should do that. I am sure she can solve what is bothering your race, Sena, Rimuru said. I couldn't wish for more, your majesty, I said thanking them.